者ども、旗印を高く掲げろ。敵にその勇ましい姿を見せてやれ。よいか、我らは誇り高き一族ぞ。敵にとってはここが正念場。しくじれば歴史にも残らん。いつの日か歌人が悲しい歌にして読んでくれることじゃろう。今日の敵は武士の誇りのかけらもない奴らだ。野心生まれで蔑まれながら死ぬ。奴らの腐った屍は恥という名の棺桶で葬られる。命令はただ一つ、この城を落とすことじゃ。たやすいとは思わぬが必ずできるはずじゃ。いざ勝利に向かって前進。我が心は敵の滅亡に捧げん。お主らも従え。
Good afternoon, and welcome back to Let's Play Total War Shogun 2. Currently, Taketoshi is attacking the town of Ise at night. Now, we can see that the Kitabatake have just the single samurai retainers and Yari Ashigaru garrison, and it is in fact the first stronghold we've seen. Now, what we'll notice with the stronghold over the fort is that it has a much larger area inside the central Tenshu. In addition, it has these two little turrets here, and they will continue to shoot arrows at anyone in range. If you've researched fire arrows, you'll also be able to click on them if you're the defender, and then fire those fire arrows where necessary. Now, this is a night battle, which means that the reinforcements won't be coming in, so we do have a little bit more time. The downside of the night battle is that you have reduced range on your archers. So the Boashi have to be a little bit closer to the wall, and in siege defense this actually makes a pretty big difference because it means the angle is much steeper, the shots are more arcing, and they're harder to get a proper hit. So you do trade a bit of ranged efficiency in night battles for being able to basically ignore their reinforcement stack, so it's not all upside. In addition, Chisato failed to open the gates for us, so all these gates are shut, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and that's going to be pretty pricey troops-wise. Now, with just the one samurai retainers and the one Yari Ashigaru garrison, it's unlikely we're going to lose with our forces here, the 4 Yari Ashigaru, the 2 Katsam, and of course our 3 Boashi, but we're probably going to take about 1-to-1 casualties. Maybe a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better, but it should be in the ballpark. So the first thing that we're going to lose a lot of our troops doing is getting over these walls and taking the gate. Now, ideally, we're going to want our Ashigaru to do that because they're expendable to a greater or lesser degree relative to the Katana Samurai. So we're going to want to be able to open the gates and let the Katana Samurai come in via the gates themselves, the little ramp here. Now, if you've got a significantly large number of samurai or much higher replenishment rates and you can afford to lose the roughly 7.5% of the units, about 10 men you'll lose going over the walls, there's no reason to not send samurai over the walls. But if you've got the choice between sending samurai and sending Ashigaru, send the Ashi if you can, and let them do all the hard work of climbing up the wall and taking various flags. And then that way your samurai are fresh for doing the fighting, because when the men fight to the death, it has, obviously it takes a lot of fatigue to slaughter an enemy unit to the last man. In addition to, the fatigue means that you get heavily reduced stats, so you want to sort of minimize that wherever possible on your quality units so that you take less casualties of your quality men. So we're just sending 3 Yari Ashigaru up the wall. As you can see, our rank 3 Yari Ashigaru are sitting outside. They're not going to be doing anything that is anything like assaulting the wall because they're quite powerful. You can see they've got 7 melee attack and 5 melee defense, which, you know, it's not quite the 13 melee attack and 4 melee defense of the Katana Samurai, but it's significantly better than the base Yari Ashigaru, which is 4 melee attack and 3 defense. So we can see that in a pinch they're going to be quite crucial. Now, the enemy sends their samurai retainers over, having to basically try to catch our Yariashi, but we've got 2 units coming over the wall, so one's taking the gates here with the idea of letting the gates. Now I'm still putting shots into these samurai retainers because the Yariashigaru are expendable as far as arrows are concerned. They're going to take some more hits, sure, but we're going to kill more of their men too, and that's really the important thing. So samurai retainers are where the danger are. We've inspired our Yariashi just to give them that little bit of extra, and we've got Taketoshi right in the back of these samurai retainers. The objective is just to try to put as much power into these samurai retainers to lower their numbers as quickly as possible. You really want to try to outnumber them 3, 4 to 1 and surround them so that you've got the maximum number of men engaged in melee combat just to clean them up. Now, these samurai retainers, as you can see, these Yariashi over here, 78 men left on ours and 90 there, so we're taking a lot of pain. These guys are really eating it. But our Katana Samurai have got into the fight, and they're going to very quickly start to whittle down those ones. Kills just slowly ticking up now. So, all in all, a reasonably effective sort of fight. We're able to just come in, use our numbers to our advantage, use our range superiority to push them away from the walls, and then come over the walls, get a foothold, and then surround the enemy having taken the gate. Quite an effective fight, but nevertheless we're still going to take about as many casualties as they had troops. That's pretty much an unavoidable aspect of doing these sorts of fights. Any siege fight where the enemy fights the last man. You're generally going to lose 10% of your attackers just getting over the wall, and then whatever else is necessary. And that tends to scale almost exponentially as more units are inside that have to be killed to the last man. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, everyone, and thanks for watching.